Why, hello there. So I thought today we would do a 101 on brushes. So brushes, meaning eye brushes today. I have a lot of favorites, a lot of recommendations, and just a little disclaimer, none of this is sponsored. Wish it was, but it's not. And also, this is all my personal preference. Being a professional makeup artist, I use this type of array of brushes every single day on myself, on clients, at work every single day. So I kind of need a whole array of brushes. You do not need this many brushes. This is just a recommendation. So let's just jump into this. Whenever I tell a client who is looking to purchase brushes, particularly eyeshadow brushes, I always say you really only need 3 brushes for your eyes. To a certain extent, that'll give you the full eyelid look. If you're pretty skilled in shadow, you can even do it blending underneath. You can kind of do a smoky, shadowy liner. I mean, you're pretty set with 3 brushes. So just to give you an idea of what 3 brushes I mean, let's say something like, something like this. So for example, we have in the center a flat lid shader brush. We have over here more of a tapered blending brush, and then over here a more precise blending brush. So this one's a little bit more narrow. It gives more deposit of color. This one is all about blending, buffing, and just making everything seamless. This one is going to be great for making that lid color absolutely packed on, smooth and purely pigmented. So things like that, I'll recommend to my clients all the time. When it comes to specific brands, I have a lot of favorite brands. I always am looking for the tools that are perfect for making my job easier. So I've dabbled in more luxury brushes. I've dabbled in some inexpensive brushes. I'm a fan of the Real Techniques eyeshadow brushes. I've never used their face brushes. I love the Chanel brushes. They're total lush brushes, but they're also luxury and really worth every penny as long as you take care of them well. And I also really love the Jaclyn Hill collection eyeshadow brushes. So for example, I'm sure I'm missing, there's one. Actually, so I got rid of one of them, which was more like this guy. It looked pretty similar to this, but it was pretty scratchy. I didn't like it. I have very sensitive eyelids, so it just wasn't my jam. But these are the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brushes, and I absolutely love these. So I feel like she came out with a phenomenal array of different brushes. Just to give an example of what I was saying before, this would also be a great way to get a good flat shader brush, one that's a little larger for buffing out and blowing out that color in the crease. This one is more specifically going to deposit that crease color and give more depth and definition to the crease. So I love that collection. This one, I never thought I needed in my life, but I did. It's much larger, even compared to this guy. Hopefully you'll be able to see a difference. This one, the white haired brush, that one's just a little bit softer in the application of the color and blending it out. This one really pulls everything up and out, and I absolutely love this brush. So another one that completely changed the game for me. I never used a brush like this on myself. I used it on clients, but on myself, I never did under eye color. I just didn't do it. And then I was introduced to this guy, which is the JH43 brush, and I love it. It packs on the color so easily. It's a great brush. So I highly recommend this set of brushes. I think they're really versatile. They're a great way to introduce yourself to brushes. They're not crazy expensive. I think they were in the $40 range. I don't really remember, it was a while ago. Love these brushes. I only have a couple of my Chanel brushes. I literally am drying some as we speak. But here are a couple of my absolute favorites. This one is just the eyeshadow blender, which I showed before. It is tapered and domed at the top. It is so soft and it gives such a precise blend. It's beautiful. This one I love so much. This is just the eye definer brush. So it's a teeny tiny eyeliner brush. So it's very precise and it gives a really good smudged out liner look. It is absolutely beautiful. Love these two. They have amazing face brushes, which I will dip into later on in another video. I feel like I have a bristle on my lip. Continuing. Next, I really like Zoeva brushes. I think they're really good. They're definitely on a higher price point, say, than Real Techniques or Morphe brushes, but you can feel how soft they are. You can feel the craftsmanship. I've had them for years and years, and they do not shed. They stay really true to their shape. One of them I really like that I use a lot that is somewhat similar to the JH43. It's just a little bit rounded versus the Jaclyn Hill one. It's the one on the right, well, my right. This guy is the smudger from Zoeva. This is the 226 smudger. Love this guy for really smudging out eyeliner and also going underneath the lash line. Really good. Another one is the 223 Petite Eye Blender. So it looks like this, really good for blending out under the eye. And this one, if you have more of a hooded eye and you want to tuck that color into the crease and still blend everything out nicely, this is the Zoeva 227 Soft Definer. So it looks like a beautiful flat blending brush, but when you turn it sideways, it's incredibly narrow. So you can really tuck it in beautifully. Love this brush. Next, I have so much love for Smith brushes. Every time I go to the makeup show, I stock up because they don't charge you tax and you get the pro discount. So I love their blending brushes. I love their flat shading brushes. These are the 232 and the 247. So right here, 232, 247, which I've showed before. One's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit more precise. Love those. And then the 253, which is the smaller one. And then the, 256. So you'll see right here, I use this one more all over the lid, this one more for the outer V and the outer corner of the lid. So good. They just fit on the eyelid beautifully. This one I kind of go outwards and I just get right in that outer corner. So these brushes are so soft, and just the way that they're shaped, they're beautiful, and they make applying eyeshadow incredibly easy. One is like a shout out to my Sephora days. When I used to work at Sephora, what's wrong with my voice? I had so many of the pro brushes, and this one has stayed with me. I love this brush. I use this almost on a daily basis. You can barely read it, but I know what number it is because I use it almost every day. This is the Pro Blending Brush, number 27. It just fits my eye shape really well. It's a thicker, fuller, more dense blending brush, so it really pulls that color through. Love it. And then what else can I show you? Actually, So I use a lot of cream shadows. I normally do end up using my finger. I'm wearing a cream shadow today. I use my finger in the pot and just boom, 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 done. But when I want to be a little bit more precise, I really like the Real Techniques, what are you? Dome shadow brush. So we've all seen the purple handles. Really good, nice and domed and thick. And it just buffs it on really easily, and it just kind of buffs out the edges. But a newer brush that has come into my life that I absolutely love for cream shadows is the Laura Mercier Cream Eye Color. It is totally different from the Real Techniques brush. Looks like this. It is almost looking like a concealer brush, but it just smooths everything on so beautifully. I love this brush. It's just what I didn't know I needed until I started using it, and now I look for it every time I do a cream shadow look. So these are just a few. I mean, if you want to see eyeliner brushes, I'll actually show you a few of the ones that I use a lot. One is a Morphe brush. It came in a set. I do not know the name of this. I don't apply liner with this one, but I smudge out any pencil liner with it. It's just super teeny tiny. It looks, let's try this again. It looks like this. There we go. I also really, really enjoy the Smith 203 for liner. Very teeny tiny and angled. I also, it sounds really funny, but I'll take concealer and I'll just clean up the edges of a lip with this. And actually, it sounds silly, but I like a more firm angled liner brush. So I really like the Zoeva 317 wing liner brush. This is what I was used to using forever. And this is what I was kind of taught to use both in school, in cosmetology school, and also what I taught myself to use. So I'm not very good at using the traditional, like how this can also be an eyeliner brush. I'm not very good at that stamping on motion with this kind of brush. That angled brush is my jam. Like just gliding it on, easy peasy. So if you guys are interested in a face brush 101, let me know. Either way, I'm probably gonna film it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave comments down below. Let me know if there are any brushes that you really love. I am all about buying new brushes. But as of right now, I feel like my collection's pretty solid. I still have a ton of other brushes that I didn't show you. Oh, one other one that I feel needs a shout out. It is because it is so inexpensive. One of them I got for free. It was like buy a whole set of ColourPop shadows and you get a free brush. So I bought even more ColourPop shadows to get another one of the brushes that I already owned. It has no name to it. It just says China on it. Luxury. I think they retail for like $5. It's from ColourPop. It's just, I'm guessing it's called an eyeshadow blender brush. So I have two of them. And they're really similar in the flat shape to the Zoeva 227, the flat soft definer one. I love this. These are so soft. They remind me of the Too Faced, those like teddy bear hair brushes. Really, really good. If you're on a budget, check out the ColourPop brushes. They're really good. They should still have them. I haven't checked their brushes in a while, so I use those a lot as well. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.